Pre-season, Shebahn is very much in
Time
full
to get overexcited about nothing.
Oh, wow. Don't say that to Spurs fans. Come on, don't say that to the Tottenham Hotspur fans. Two Premier League clubs were in action yesterday. Nottingham Forest picking up a 3-0 victory against Blackburn. But meanwhile, Mateus Fernandes scored an incredible volley for Spurs in a 1-0 training ground victory over MK Dons. For those watching on YouTube, you can see the goal there. For those listening and maybe haven't seen it, I'll try and do my best reporting on it. Corner comes in. Keeper comes and punches. Probably should have caught it. Ball loops up in the air. He's probably about 25 yards out. First time volley, top left-hand corner. What a hit from Mateus Fernandes. Gabby, are Tottenham back?
Honestly, mate, I saw it yesterday and I said to myself, player scores goal in training.
No, but it's a good goal though, isn't it?
And those goals are scored daily in training.
You scored goals like that daily in training?
100%. There was a goal like that every day in training.
Really?
Like, do me a favour. Spurs need to, like, pipe down a bit here. You got that sausage O'Hara coming in here and, like, talking a great one. They're Spurs. Listen, let's see how these new signings do. They have brought well. Yes, they have. But let's see how they do, because they finished nearly relegated 2 seasons in a row, finished 17th, and now they're all getting like ahead of themselves. And Fernandes scored a goal.
It was a great volley though, Gabby.
In training.
I mean, the way it drops down, top bins as well, guys.
I remember training ground players that come to a game and they froze. It's all good when there's 20 people watching a training, members of staff. Do me a favour. Training ground goals.
I really wanted Mateus Fernandes at Manchester United, and I'm glad they didn't pay that money for it. But he does look like a great player.
Loves a relegation, doesn't he?
And fair enough to Spurs for getting him. And it's a good moment, but it's 20 seconds on an Instagram reel.
A good Instagram reel though, Shebahn.
Like,
a good Instagram reel. No, hey, listen.
Stop acting like that's the real
Gabby,
world.
he can only do what's in front of him.
Yeah, but that's the
Pre-season
bit
friendly,
they've shown us.
MK Dons, and it's a great hit.
How many times did he lose the ball on that trip?
I don't have that information to hand. They didn't. No Instagram reels of that,
You
Shebahn.
don't see the bad stuff on social.
Yeah,
If
no.
Spurs fans are getting excited by that, then like the game's gone.
The game's
It's totally gone. Just stick to concerts.
We do this every summer.
Like Spurs, they've signed well, but let's all calm down. I think they will finish in the European places, but let's just calm down, because these players have got a gel, and they finished 17th 2 seasons in a row. Okay, let's calm down.
But let them enjoy it, Gab. Stop being so bitter.
Spurs are back.
Spurs are back. Be excited about the new player.
Goals. Okay, I'll tell you what.
Go on.
Every club now should film training and post goals.
Live stream it.
Live stream the whole
YouTube
training
channel.
session.
Yeah.
See how many go over the bar. Anyway, to
mad.
more of one of the more unusual pre-season stories, Wolves striker Tolu Arakadare forced the cancellation of a training session after he refused to leave the pitch. He sat down and demanded the club let him move to Fiorentina. Wolves have rejected a bid from the Serie A side, having accepted an offer from Turkish club Trabzonspor. Now, his actions led to the new manager terminating the session. That happened on Monday, and after that, Wolves had reportedly then increased security to stop the centre-forward from entering the training facility. So imagine this, picture the scene. It's a Monday morning, the sun is shining, we're a couple of weeks away from the start of the new season, training session, here we go, lads, and you've got your 6'6" centre forward plonked in the middle of the training pitch, refusing to leave. I mean, Gabby, that's got to be one of the more unusual ways to try and force a move away, right?
You haven't got to get out. You don't belong here. You got to get out the training grounds. Security, get him out. Listen, all the best trying to move in, by the way, because he's 6'6".
Yeah, he's a big lad, isn't he?
Good luck. I hope the security guards have got training.
I reckon the manager probably thought, I'm gonna. Oh no, it's him. It's the 6'6" centre forward. No chance.
As well, or the captain, whoever it is like, you go.
Yeah, I'm not taking
you go,
this one.
No, but listen, it didn't work out for him last season, did he? He got frustrated with game time, and then I think did he have a fight with one of the players?
Mane. Yeah, Mateus Mane.
Their star Mane, the young lad. I think they had a bit of an altercation in the dressing room, and he's probably seen that transfer, go and live in Fiorentina, and they've rejected the bid. Listen, Wolves is lovely. Listen, it's absolutely great.
Nice part of the world, isn't it?
But I get his frustrations. But like when he does leave Wolves finally, he'll look back and say, like, a bit immature.
Should have done it, yeah.
No, he'll get his way.
Yeah.
He's going to get his move.
I say that back. He's not immature. He's a because just in case he walks past me,
you're going to bump into him tonight, aren't you?
In the ball ring. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean that.
Gabby, is there a training ground incident you remember from your playing days that caught you by surprise? You've got a little gem for us, Gabs, that you haven't told before on talkSPORT?
There was loads of fights. I remember a fight between Leonardo Bacuna and then Kieran Richardson. That was hilarious. Honestly, they're both throwing windmills. Like no one connected. It was going on for ages. Honestly, mate. Remember that fight? Was it Luis Fabiano in the Spanish league, and they were fighting, and they were like, no one was hitting each other.
No contact. Yeah.
And then Roy Keane was there at the time, and after it finished, Roy Keane was like, I'm going to call that 0-0. It was that bad. It was that bad of a fight.
What were they fighting over?
I don't know, it's always a case of like players that aren't playing, mate, and then like you're playing in a training ground game or five-a-side and someone leaves a bit on you, then it always ends up in blows. Yeah. It's normal.
So that sort of stuff would happen more often than people maybe would think.
I enjoyed it, mate.
Yeah.
I was like, go on, get him.
So as captain, you weren't trying to calm everyone down. You were egging everyone on.
Sometimes you've got to get it out, mate.
Yeah, better out than in.
The old-fashioned have a scrap on the training field.
Mind watching.
Yeah, let it out. Shake hands afterwards. You know what I mean, mate? You couldn't catch me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See at the end of the Argentina, the final, when it was and I know there was that unsavoury scenes, and I'm like, but who doesn't love it?
Good for the game, Shebahn, isn't it? Good for the game, Shebahn. Shebahn, you ever come close to going on strike? Maybe something here at talkSPORT or working elsewhere you haven't been a big fan of, and you've thought, I tell you what, I'm tempted not to turn up to work tomorrow morning.
Too much of a pushover for that.
Really?
I do it for free.
Oh, be careful what you say, Shebahn. Be careful what you wish for.
It happens a lot, though.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I remember, I think Liam Ridgewell, when he wanted to move to Birmingham City, he was like...
From Villa?
Yeah. He was like just booting balls out of the training pitch
because they'll force their way out. The manager don't want that.
Yeah, just like disturbing training. It happened quite a lot.
And what do the boys do when it happens? Come
on, mate. Come on, it's just like booting balls, ruining the session.
Yeah.
So I'm sure now Wolves will look at it and say, let's just accept that fee, get him out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he probably walks through their security.
Well, he's got security now.
Walks straight past security and they don't stop him.
It's like you're still going to pay me. I'm going to turn up. I'm not going to do what you want me to do.
Yeah.
You blocked my
move. And also Wolves,
and...
like they want to have a good pre-season. They want to try and get promoted. It's a new start under a manager. They brought in some exciting players. They don't want no negativity. So it's like just let him go, accept the bid, and then you can move forward.
Who was the last scrap you had with during your playing days in the training ground?
I never had a scrap, mate.
Never had one?
No, everyone knew what I could do, mate.
Yeah. Windmills.
Everyone knew my uppercuts, mate. Boxing background. But it was a common thing that happened. Fights at training.
There you go. You hear about them a lot.
Absolutely.
I'm like, tell me more.
Yeah, I know. I want to hear more about these fights.
Who chinned who?
That was all thanks to Costa Express. Thank you. Coming up, we'll turn our attention on what could be one of the closest Ballon d'Or races in recent memory.